lot of jealousy and a lot of hate in the sport of boxing. I want to see all the young fighters, no matter what your color is. I want to see you do good. I want to see you do great. I want to continue to see great fights.
Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder.
Criticise the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter.
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly training Lamont Roach ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis, an alliance that could give Roach a significant edge. Having already faced Davis once, Roach brings experience to the table, and under Mayweather's guidance, he may be able to exploit Davis's weaknesses in ways he couldn't before. This move signals that Davis won't have an easy fight this time around. Roach has been a standout fighter since the early days of his boxing journey. With a decorated amateur background, he laid a solid foundation that's translated well into his professional career. Known for his technical precision, discipline, and relentless work ethic, Roach has become a dangerous contender in the lightweight division. Interestingly, Roach's history with Davis dates back to when he was just 16 years old. Even then, he had already shared the ring with Tank, gaining valuable insight into Davis's fighting style. That early exposure helped mold Roach into the fighter he is today and gave him a unique understanding of what it takes to compete at the highest level. Now, a lightweight champion, Roach is finally receiving the recognition many believe he's long deserved. His ability to go toe-to-toe with Davis has drawn praise from fans and analysts alike, who now view him as a legitimate threat in the division. As his name continues to gain traction in the boxing world, Roach is determined to prove he belongs among the sport's elite. This rematch could be his defining moment.
Who really is Lamont Roach, bro? And what was his early life like? He was born in Washington, D.C., but he was raised in Upper Marlboro, a city in Maryland. Lamont Roach didn't touch his first bag until he was 9 years old, bro, when his dad took him to the No Excuse Boxing Club. And this is where he learned the basics of the sport and ultimately gained his love for boxing. These two right here are Lamont Roach's parents. This is Lamont Roach Sr., who still trains Lamont Roach today. And this is Lamont Roach's mother here, Tia Roach, and ultimately the reason why Tank let Lamont make it to the end of the fight. But anyway, back to the story. Lamont Roach has two siblings. He has a younger brother, Jordan Roach, who also boxes, by the way. Here's Jordan's box strip right here. And this young lady right here is his sister, Taylor Roach. Bro, by the time Lamont got to middle school, bro, he was training very seriously, man. He was training upwards of 5 times a week, bro. He was taking it very seriously. Lamont was a 2-time National Golden Gloves champ for juniors, National PAL champ, and 5-time ringside world champ, bro. This man was going crazy, man. And this is the footage right here from 2010 when him and Gervonta Davis actually fought, bro. Gervonta got gold and Roach got silver. They were both ranked number 1 and 2 nationally, bro. So Roach is a hell of a contender, man. Roach had a very impressive amateur record, man, boasting 125 wins and 15 losses. 2 of those losses coming by Tank, man. Also, when him and Tank fought, Roach was 15 and Tank was 16 at the time. 3 years later, 2013, Roach actually won his National Golden Glove Championship. And he was also USA Boxing Youth National Champ as well. And 1 year later, before his pro debut, he would sign the Golden Boy, man, becoming part of Oscar's team. So in 2014 at 18 years old, Lamont will make his pro debut, where he got a unanimous decision. And it was over Victor Galindo. And he was in school, man, for actually mechanical engineering, following in his father's footsteps, just in case boxing didn't work out. And bro, he was a terror in the pros, man. He was undefeated until 2019, where he suffered his first loss to Jamel Herring. But that's okay, man. He was there to be great. He was going for the WBO super featherweight belt. For the next couple of years, bro actually had to do a lot of reflecting, man. That first loss is always the worst one. So he did that. After dusting himself off and getting his mind together, bro, he went ahead and captured his own title, man, in 2023 over Hector Luis Garcia, making him the WBA super featherweight champ. And as we all know, man, he just fought Tank this past weekend. It would end in a draw. It was a good fight, honestly. I can't even be mad at it. And bro, who knows what's next for Roach? Hopefully we get that rematch. Hey, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching the video. Leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Lamont Roach has steadily risen through the boxing ranks, establishing himself as a formidable force in the lightweight division. As the reigning WBA champion, he has proven his ability to compete at the highest level. His accomplishments have earned him the 14th spot in the world rankings and 3rd in the USA, a testament to both his skill and consistency in the ring. Roach's resume is filled with tough, seasoned opponents, each fight contributing to his development as a well-rounded fighter. He has never backed down from a challenge, consistently seeking out top-tier talent to test himself. His ability to adapt to different styles and overcome adversity has become one of his most valuable traits, making him a dangerous threat in his weight class. Winning the WBA lightweight title was a defining moment in Roach's career, securing his place among boxing's elite. But for Roach, simply holding the belt isn't enough. He's determined to keep pushing forward and proving himself against the best the sport has to offer. His upcoming rematch with Gervonta, Tank Davis presents the perfect opportunity to do just that. It's a high-stakes bout that will allow Roach to showcase his skills on a larger stage and potentially earn even greater respect across the boxing world. With a strong track record and an unwavering drive to succeed, Roach is more motivated than ever. He understands that every fight is a step toward building his legacy, and he's ready to leave it all in the ring.
Hey, yo, we gonna be checking for any suspicious opponents on Lamont Roach record. He's 25-1 with 10 big wins coming by the way of knockout, my people. He's in the super featherweight division. He's ranked number 14 in the world and number 3 in the USA, my people. He has a WBA title right now in the super featherweight division. He's fighting Gervonta Davis in December, but you know we gotta check how he even got there and how he started his career. His pro debut, he went against Victor. He was 1-3. That's fine. It's your pro debut. First fight as a professional. You feel me? I ain't gonna get at you. Next person was 1-6. Alright, I mean, we ain't do better, but it's your second fight. Like, fourth person was 0-1. That was a little sussy because he ended up 0-10. He never won a day in his life, so he never got his hand raised in a boxing match. You feel me? And then the next person, he stepped it up though. He went to undefeated. It's only 2 fights, but he was 2-0. Then 12-9. That's a journey, man. I'm not gonna lie. 4-2, 3-4. These are looking good. 8-5. That's a journeyman in the making. He got to win a record.
Teofimo Lopez has openly criticized Gervonta Tank Davis's knockout record, questioning the level of his opponents. People focus on the knockouts he gets, but against who? They're not seasoned fighters, Lopez stated. He argued that Davis has yet to face elite competition, implying that many of his knockout wins lack real weight. Lopez confidently added, "He's never faced a fighter like me, never at all." His comments reflect both his belief in his own abilities and his skepticism about Davis's place among boxing's best.
So you think you dominate Tank?
I think I dominate any of them. If you really look at it, if you gotta really tap in on this. Look at the resume, all that extra, whatever. There's a certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier. And if you don't match that, you know, you never gonna know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again. You know what I'm saying?